Hey y'all, welcome back. My name is Keely, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you several tips on how to reach financial freedom. These are just some personal tips that have helped me. I'm not a financial expert, it's just something that I am passionate about. Some are gonna be about how to save money, some will be about how to earn a little money as well. Maybe you're in a time crunch or you're living paycheck to paycheck, but there are ways in which you can get out of a rut and really set yourself up for success. If you're anything like me, maybe you grew up and your parents told you something like money doesn't grow on trees. That's a belief that I just truly don't subscribe to, because every time I maybe go thrifting, for example, I look around and I think of it as an opportunity to maybe resell something if I find something of value. That's just a little foreshadowing, because that's something that I am very passionate about, is buying secondhand, and you'll see that throughout my channel, whether it be clothes or thrifting home goods. But without further ado, let's get into the video. I do want to start off by reading a quote by Alan Watts, and it has to do with consumerism. So he says, "You see, a lot of people don't feel happy unless they have another thing beyond money, which is called status. And status, to a very large extent in our economy, consists in conspicuous consumption, and having this thing and that thing and the other thing, and having a swimming pool, a Ferrari, a certain kind of clothes, and certain kind of house with an enormous ranch-style picture window, and so on and so on and so on. And we think we need all that because we've been persuaded by a certain kind of propaganda that that's how we ought to live, because we haven't asked ourselves whether that was really what we wanted. In other words, we've been propagandized into thinking what we wanted." And I love this quote because it really has you thinking about who is controlling us and telling us what we need. Social media makes that so difficult because we are constantly comparing our lives with others. So I think that the moral of the story here is that we really don't need much. And in this day and age, we're constantly striving towards the next best thing. Another thing I've talked a lot about on this channel is the hedonic treadmill. You reach that goal that you have been working towards for so long, and once you get there, you're ready for the next goal. Let's say with YouTube, I'm working towards 1,000 subscribers, and I get there, and then it's not enough. Now I want 5,000 subscribers. I get there, and I don't appreciate that I've gotten that far. I want 100,000 subscribers. I want that plaque. When the whole reason I started this YouTube channel was to share my personal story, whether it be my health, share tips on how to live more simply through minimalism, or on how to save some money. I think that we really need to sit back, ask ourselves the tough questions about what brings us joy, what can we live without? When I was in my one-bedroom apartment before my new space, which is not so new anymore, and I do need to give you a one-bedroom luxury apartment tour. I moved in with my partner back in August, and so we have a new space. But what I'm getting at is, before that, I did not have a TV. I did not need one. I didn't like the aesthetic of it. I didn't like the idea of it. And I knew myself and my binge-watching addictive personality, and that is literally what I do to this day. I'm binging Grey's Anatomy, and I knew that if I didn't have the TV, then I wouldn't watch it. But now it's here. He has a beautiful TV, and I am very grateful for it. We have our little movie nights, but the point being, we really don't need that much. We need to just be grateful for what we have. Okay, that was a very long rant, but without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm going to give you tips in 3 different categories. So the first is going to be kind of like a banking category, or the banking world. So very financial specific information. I'm not like a financial advisor. Honestly, I wish I was. I would love to take my securities licenses. I just don't want to be in a sales position. I just want to help people. I just want to help people, period. The second category will be like bills, I suppose. And the third is ways to earn, like random things. I already foreshadowed a little bit earlier, like reselling items. Okay, the first thing you're going to do to reach those financial goals, actually, what you're not going to do, is pay for a monthly maintenance fee on your checkings account. There are ways, if you call and ask your bank, to waive that monthly fee. I know for me, years ago, they recommended I got a credit card through my bank, and that would waive the fee. So I said, sign me up. I think now that is like no longer valid, and you have to have a monthly minimum, but this should help you work hard and try to maintain, maybe it's like a $1,500, every bank's different, like $1,500 minimum account balance so that you can save money in the long run. I think it's silly that banks charge you to have a bank account. It's silly, they're already like taking your money and probably making interest off of it, but if you can save money that way, like why not? Another thing you can do is open up a second checkings account. There are always promotions and bonuses. I get them in the mail all the time. I see them online. I get emails. They want your business. They want your money. So open up a second checkings account. Why have all of your eggs in one basket? So for me, I opened up a second one in January. Actually, I think it was like October or November, and I didn't get the bonus until January. But they gave me a $400 bonus for opening a checkings account with them. And they actually don't have like a checking account monthly maintenance fee. So I think that's honestly like a lot of the big banks. This is a like small local branch. So anyways, you can earn up to $200 to $450 just from opening up a checkings account and, having that direct deposit every 2 weeks or whatever. Maybe it's something along the lines of having had deposited $1,000 within 90 days. It's usually pretty simple. They also have other bonuses, which if you're like a millionaire, you're not watching my video. That's just the reality of the situation. But they also have bonuses for business owners. Like if you have $150,000, you open up a bank account, you're gonna get like $2,000, right? The more money you bring to them, the more they reward you. So another thing, similar to all of this banking world jargon, is using a credit card. I do not pay with my debit card anymore. I have an AMEX, and I also have several other credit cards. Not like that many, but I use them very wisely. I pay them off every month. But you can get so many points and save so much money by using your credit card. So why would you use your bank account when you can first pay with your credit card and then pay off your credit card through your checking account? So speaking of Amex, I absolutely love it. Yes, there is a yearly fee. However, you get it all back, I promise you, and then some. I recently went to a very nice restaurant in Tampa, and I spent definitely over like $200, maybe $300, and I immediately got back a $50 Resi credit. So you are immediately getting some money back. All of those little bonuses every month is definitely worth it. Another thing that has to do with credit cards is sending a referral link. If I know my friend doesn't have an Amex, I am sending them the link. I'm like, please sign up. It's amazing. I love it. You can earn so many different rewards. It pays for itself. I've heard that so many times. And they get bonus points for signing up. We both do. It benefits us both. So if I can send a referral, I will. Another thing in the banking world that I recommend is opening up a savings account. My friend actually referred me to the Marcus savings account. Their APR varies with the market, but rather than your savings sitting within your checkings like I did for so long, have that money work for itself. Start investing, building an investment portfolio. That's something I do need to get better at. That was like my goal for this year. I need to officially open up like a Roth IRA. I need to do it. I need to stop procrastinating. I kind of want to meet with my financial advisor from Iowa, but then again, I kind of want somebody new. So anyways, I need to put my money to work, right? So with the Marcus savings account, which you can only refer a couple people or maybe a few people a calendar year, maybe I'll insert something up here that you guys can read. I remember it being great. And like I said, it's better than your money sitting in your checkings account and not working for itself. The last thing that I recommend doing to get you one step closer to financial freedom is refinancing your auto loan. I did pay mine off a couple years ago, which I'm so grateful for. I've been able to save so much money. It's crazy. I do still obviously have to pay for my auto insurance, and living in Florida, it is not cheap. But I had refinanced my auto loan twice, and I know they recommended waiting maybe like a couple years here and there and in between, because it does affect your credit score, obviously. But if you can find a lower rate, why would you not save money and refinance? You can also refinance other loans, maybe personal loans, student loans. I don't know about student loans. I know I'm getting a lot of targeted ads on refinancing. However, it is not a comparable rate to what I'm paying at the moment. And mine are like subsidized and unsubsidized loans. So they are protected in that regard. So I think I'm just going to leave them and like make extra payments on them. That is one thing that I did recently that I'm very proud of myself, and a little pat on the back. But those are all of your, I guess, banking tips on how to save a little money, how to earn money through bonuses, and so on and so forth. The second category will be kind of about bills, I suppose. So these are very specific to me living in Florida, but I'll share them with you if you're interested in moving here or you're already living in the Tampa Bay area. But it's referring people to those companies that you love. I never thought I would say that I love an internet provider, but I truly was obsessed with Frontier Internet. They had the best referral program. They had rewards every weekend. I think it was like every Friday. It was absolutely amazing. I think I referred a couple people, and we each got a $150 gift card. Of course, there's fine print, like you must have the internet for 90 days, you cannot cancel, blah, 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 blah. But I never, ever had an issue with Frontier Internet. It was always Spectrum. Spectrum was the worst. So much so that I just didn't even have internet for a month because it just kept failing me. Anyways, so I was always referring people to Frontier, and they used to have these little bonuses every Friday. They would give out gift cards for free, which makes the internet pay for itself. So let's say I was spending $50 on my Frontier internet bill every month. If I got the gift card every Friday, sometimes they would do like a $20 gift card to Jersey Mike's. They would do a $5 gift card to Starbucks. They would do a $10 gift card to Panera. If I got those gift cards every Friday, sorry, girl math, it was pretty much free internet. Another thing that I would refer people to is Woodies Wash Shack. It's a car wash subscription here in Tampa Bay. Obviously, car washes are a bit more common and popular because of the beach and the Florida weather. They do have a very small referral program. I think maybe it's just like points. I really don't know. But you know, why not just send someone the link? This is the age of referral links. Everybody should be on YouTube sharing what they love. We should never just be purchasing something online. I'm always looking for a referral link. Let's say it's like a new makeup brand I want to try. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Google, like what's the discount code? What can I do to save money? Speaking of makeup, like have you ever bought something and not liked it and then just kept it because you're lazy? No. Go to the store, return that item, get your money back. You're gonna regret it when you throw it away in a year or two and you never used it. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's say like I went to Target. I bought a dish set. Let's say it was like a day later, it all went on sale. I'm taking that dish set back in and returning it and rebuying it. If I can save money, I will. Why wouldn't you? Businesses also price match. So if you're at Target buying a dish set, but Walmart has the same thing for half the price, show them this. And my favorite saying is, if you don't ask, the answer is no. I have drilled this into my friends and partners' brain. It is so funny to hear them repeat it and also to see them build the confidence, because I know so many people are introverted and shy and just don't want to ask. But I definitely prioritize my happiness and well-being for the sake of cognitive dissonance. So I'm always like encouraging people. I'm like, just like say the uncomfortable thing, do the uncomfortable thing, because you're going to be so proud of yourself and like truly in alignment with yourself. Does that make sense? What else do you need to know? Oh, my dentist. I go to TAMPA SMILE CO in South Tampa. I found them through, what? You guessed it, a coupon in the mail. They said, hey, if you don't have insurance, it costs $150 for cleaning, for x-rays, for this, for that. And at that time, I thought my 26th year, I would still be on my mom's insurance, but I realized it's the opposite. That's when you're kicked off. So there was one year I didn't have health insurance when I like first moved to Florida. But I had a lovely experience. I got Invisalign through them. It was amazing, loved it. Everyone is so kind, and they have a referral bonus. If you refer somebody to TAMPA SMILE CO, you both get $50. $50, that's a lot. And my cleanings, now that I have health insurance, they're always free. So I went most recently and actually owed, and I was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to pay. And they're like, oh, do you wanna use your $50 credit? And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even realize I had that. Which, in a business perspective, that is kind of smart because most people have dental insurance, so they're never really gonna use that bonus. If you can learn one thing from this video, it's referral links. But all I'm saying is if you can refer somebody to something, do it. It doesn't hurt. And it doesn't hurt to ask either. In my last video on how to heal my gut, a personal journey with healing my cystic acne, I reached out to Nutridin. That's the brand of supplements that I currently use, and I love them. I've used them for 4 years. They're amazing. They make me feel amazing. I've spent a lot of money supporting the business, and I wrote them. I said, hey, I just made a YouTube video. This is my audience. I just want them to know that I'm going to be referring people to them. So why not send me a little link or a discount code that I can share with y'all? You know what I'm saying? But also sometimes these businesses, like they just do so well that they don't even need the help. There's not even like a marketing budget, right? Like Dr. Bronner's, oh my God, I would love, absolutely love to rep Dr. Bronner's products. But the thing is, people just buy them. People buy them. Nobody asks questions. The ingredients are amazing. So the third category for how to achieve financial freedom will actually be ways to earn a little money, and it won't be in the sense of a referral or a bonus that may take some time to receive. These are things that you can do today to put a little extra cash in your pocket. My number one is going to be to declutter your home. Look around. There are things that are of value that you don't use every day. You don't need so many different pots and pans. You don't need so many different decor pieces. Embrace minimalism a little bit. I know that's hard, especially if you're an interior designer, maybe you're a maximalist, so on and so forth. But for example, I have a vintage film camera. I don't use it that often, and I honestly don't even know if it works. I need to develop the film, but it's just sitting around and it's a piece of decor. Like I would rather just sell it and have the money and invest that money, and it's going to earn me more money. Things in your home are just sitting around depreciating, literally. So maybe you can resell some clothing items. You can resell some furniture. You can even like propagate plants and sell them on Facebook Marketplace. You can embrace a craft like watercolor and sell your art on Facebook Marketplace. There's so many different options on how to earn. Another being a side gig, of course. So find what your skill is and maybe try to monetize it. I don't love the idea of monetizing your passion and making it a business, but if you truly love what you do and you have the business skill set to do so, why wouldn't you, in my opinion? And do it just part-time. It doesn't have to be full-time. It doesn't have to make you miserable. For example, I actually completed my TEFL certification back in 2022. I really wanted to move out of the US, and the timing was not right. I applied for something halfway through the school year, and I hadn't even finished the certification yet, and the interview did not go the best because I had zero experience. And so this year, I was like, why don't I just put that certification to use online, build up my resume, get the hours, so that I have that option in my back pocket if I still want to pursue moving abroad. I'm not really sure. I'm really glad it didn't work out at that time because I met the love of my life. I've been able to earn so much money. I know that the US is a capitalistic economy. We are all about consumption, which is something I don't subscribe to, obviously. Hello. And I do believe that if I moved to Spain, I wouldn't have like any savings and I would be living a very different life. I really just wanted to learn Spanish, and so God sent me Luis because he's taught me so much Spanish, which I think is actually so funny. Yeah, finding a side gig, that's really gonna help you achieve financial freedom. I'm not saying work yourself until you're sick and there's no rest and you don't want to do it. I found a fun little part-time job at a bakery, and working 50 hours for me was very chill because having two jobs takes your mind off the other, and seeing that extra paycheck come in and being able to tackle your debt, and for me, paying off my car, for example, it bought me financial freedom. I was able to maybe take a day off. I was able to save more money. I was able to go on that trip. And ultimately, it bought me more like leisure time. So I believe you do need to work a little bit more for a short period of time just to get that extra money. Obviously, it's easier said than done because I'm a single person. I don't have children. I don't have those extra responsibilities. I'm not a caretaker, for example. And so at that time, it worked out very well. One more thing that you can do, which I will add the link, and I'm actually participating in about 40 minutes, is research studies. I'm doing a survey for, actually I'm not sure if I can say, so I'm just not going to. But it is through focus group, and they have different options. You add all of your interests. They email you different surveys that you can participate in, but of course they have to filter through participants to select different demographics of people who maybe have used the product or haven't used the product, and so on and so forth. So for example, I'm participating in this study and I will be rewarded with $70 and a gift card. If I get chosen for the second half, I will get up to $120, which the gift card, again, it's not overnight, but you get it in 4 to 6 weeks. And if I'm not doing anything and it's a Tuesday afternoon, why wouldn't I just participate? This is amazing. See, I speak these things into the universe. The way you talk about money shapes how the money flows to you. I truly believe that. That is obviously how manifestation works. I'm always telling myself, money comes to me easily. I heard that in a YouTube video a long time ago, or maybe it was a podcast, and I use it all the time. And I'm just imagining when I get the informed delivery in my email of what mail I'm getting in the mail. I get so excited. I'm like, I'm receiving a check in the mail. And then the next day, I get an email saying, hey, there's a lawsuit against so-and-so. You were one of the people. Fill out this link and you'll be rewarded with $40 next month. Money comes to me easily. I exist and enjoy my leisure time, and money comes to me easily. Say it with me. Money comes to me easily. Money comes to me easily. I believe that what you speak is seeking you. That's a fun little book that I have, so I always quote it. It honestly has beautiful photography and really cutie little quotes. Maybe I should read one from it for you, and I'll link the book down below. I think I bought it off of a secondhand bookstore online, and mine's actually a signed copy. But just to touch on what Alan Watts said in his quote, he argues that we've lost sight of the purpose of technology, to reduce labor and increase leisure. Instead, we're trapped in rituals and mindsets that no longer serve us. Hello, capitalistic economy. He advocates for rethinking our relationship with work, trusting employees, and embracing a more relaxed, purposeful attitude towards money and business. Oh my God, the US could never. I'm just kidding. Hopefully it could, but I think our ideals and attitudes around money, it can be good, and we do innovate because we're very competitive and we do want the next best thing. That's excellent for maybe IT and healthcare and those kind of sciences, but in the grand scheme of things, why wouldn't we just want to live a more peaceful, relaxing life? How is it that we've gotten here? A fast-paced, hustle and bustle kind of culture. It is mind-boggling. Also, I never introduced Captain. This is actually Luis's dog. He's a very good boy. He's very sleepy. He just turned 10 maybe 3 days ago? What's today's date? 4 days ago. And he likes to sleep most of the day. If you can take anything away from this video, it's that we should be more like Captain. We should be taking naps. We should be lounging. We should be living our best life. Alrighty, so I'm going to leave you with this beautiful passage. Money is beautiful, bountiful, and benevolent. It is a powerful source of good in the world. In your hands, in my hands, it has every chance to be circulated with consciousness and an intent to do profound good. Why is that? Because money is ultimately an extension of how you see yourself and the world. Is money circulating through your life with abundance, benevolence, and love? Is it doing profound good in your life and in the lives of others? Are you a good shepherd of money? A powerful attractor? A loving dispenser of money? Do you give it with gratitude, invest it in yourself and others with enthusiasm, clarity, and care, and welcome it with love? Alrighty, y'all, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm really on my YouTube kick lately. Honestly, I journal pretty often about different ideas I have for YouTube, so I just need to script and then produce the video for you, share what knowledge I have, and hope to make the world a better place. Like, let's be minimalist, let's be financially literate, let's be thrifty. Until next time, bye!